I get on your nerves. Did I give you too much that you couldn't handle my love? Why? Tell me what she.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to His Point Her View podcast, episode 34. I'm here with my full mouth co-host Katina, who can't say hi to you.
Hello.
Oh, you can speak now.
Hello.
Okay.
You're so bogus, man. Wow.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's fine. You were eating. It's okay. You're eating. I'm drinking. It's all good. How are you doing this evening?
I'm great. I am great. What about you?
You already know how I feel right about now. So.
Oh, hell no, Karen.
That name, I swear. Oh my God. Anyway, not gonna say nothing because I'm on a podcast and I want to be nice. Trying to be nice. I need to be nice.
Mm-hmm. Be nice then.
It's hard. Anyway, so today's episode, we're gonna talk about what?
Oh my gosh, those questions on Twitter.
I just wanted you to intro it since it was your idea.
Okay, so for those of you that don't follow Mike, do follow Mike. Normally he posts random musings, is what he normally posts from time to time. But today he posted a series of random questions. And so we are going to discuss those questions and discuss his answers and my answers, because some are the same, but some differ. And the first one is, what do you think would work if someone wanted to move out of the friend zone, or do you think it's hopeless? So that's like the lane of the questions. And there are 5 of them that we'll be discussing. So.
Okay, well, who do you want to go first with the first one?
Well, I mean, are we just going to jump right into it? Oh.
I mean, well, no, we don't have to, because I could sit here and I could complain some more like I did earlier today about how, like, the craziness of my job and stuff like that. Or complain about the craziness of the world, like dumbass Trump being his dumbass. By the way, I hope his wife is okay, because
what's wrong with her?
Oh, you didn't hear that news?
No.
Yesterday morning, they announced that she had to have surgery on her kidneys. She had what was it? I forget, but she was having kidney issues. I don't know if it was something but like a benign tumor, I think it was. And she was at Walter Reed and she had surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So they announced that out of the blue. They were like, yeah, And today
was
they
it
said
a facelift?
No, it was kidneys, because apparently she's had kidney issues. I mean, they're not going to take you to Walter Reed for a facelift. You know what Walter Reed is, right?
Of course I do, but was she really there? I mean, they said
Walter Reed actually put out the statement.
Okay, well, okay. I'm sorry.
I understand your trepidation.
Yeah,
because they lie. They lie so much. But I don't think this was a lie. Partially because part of the statement was from the White House that no, Mr. Trump did not go to the hospital during her surgery.
Well, you know what? Well,
yeah. So that's where I believe it was true, because
you don't have to agree with anybody's politics or with how they live their life to be sympathetic and empathetic toward them in their situation and their plight.
I mean her, not them, because clearly he don't give a fuck. He ain't good.
Right. But so I hope and I pray that she is okay. I wish her a speedy recovery, and may God guide the hands of everybody that is involved with her care. That is all I'm going to say, because that's it. That's all. Next. Okay. What else we got?
Well, man. You want to hear the other stuff that came out about that, or you just want to go before you?
Okay, what is it? Tell me the rest.
Part of the thing is, after this whole thing,
I instantly thought facelift.
He didn't go, and the fact that now she's going to have to stay the whole week to recover for this. The rumors started, because this place is full of rumors.
Does that surprise you though?
No.
Okay.
Part of the rumor is that they don't sleep together in the same room at the White House.
I wouldn't with the husband shaped like that, but go on.
Why not? You don't like voluptuous men?
If there is a man and he says he's voluptuous, then we have a problem there before we can even do anything else. So let me rephrase that.
Oh my God.
I would. Wait a minute. What just happened?
What?
Hold on. Oh, okay. What just happened? Hold on.
What happened?
I have no idea. What I'll say is this. Let me rephrase that before I get people talking about some, whatever. The size of my man does not matter. I've dated all kinds, shapes, sizes, heights, whatever. Specifically, my comment should have been, I would not sleep with him either if he were my husband. But then that's not even correct because I would have the sense and the wherewithal to make sure that me and my baby were well taken care of, and I would leave him. But I mean, I've always thought that his marriages were all business deals. So, and this is even before he became a politician. That's just me though.
Yeah, I think the only one that seems quote unquote kind of genuine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Ivanka just seems like, I'm just trying to get through this so I can ensure I'm a citizen. And same thing with, I hate to say this, but same with Milena, because you heard like after she got married to him, all of her family all of a sudden got, patriated. So
of course. What? She took one for the team.
Yeah, she spit out a baby. Poor Barron, you got that DNA in you. Oh.
No, I don't think. Now the baby, from what I understand, the rumor is that she wanted the baby, and so he wasn't there for her during her pregnancy. And they actually got into an argument, and he said, "Well, you wanted this baby." That
because
to me was a strategic. Yeah, I was gonna say that to me was a strategic move to make sure that she's taken care of.
Yeah, that was security. At the same time, that boy still has his DNA. So poor Barron, because he got to live with the fact that he's a fucking Trump. God damn it.
He might shirk off into oblivion though once he gets older. Some people don't like the limelight.
I think he's lucky in the fact that he's a kid right now, so nobody ever bothers him. Like he's not stupid like Donald Jr., who wants to be in the limelight.
Oh my goodness!
Stupid to realize that he shouldn't open his mouth. And what's the name of the other older son?
I don't know the name of those people.
And then you have the daughter. Now you have the smart daughter who you don't even hear from her. I forget the name of the youngest daughter. She is totally out of the picture.
She's smart.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just going to do my life, and I'm not even going to mention the fact that it's my daddy because I'm not trying to be caught up in this shit.
Like just let me collect my trust fund coins.
All right, she's trying to get her own career, her own thing. She's doing her life. Good for you, whatever your name is. Ivanka, on the other hand, ain't that smart because she's trying to, but.
Let me look up this baby's name so that we can quit.
I know, whatever her name. He has two older sons.
Oh, you know what? I know her name.
Because isn't she trying to be a musician or something, or like music artist or something?
Her name is
Okay, I'm looking at it. Tiffany Trump. There it is.
Listen now. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a poor Barron. Okay. Look at you, Barron.
Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Don't tell me we have technical difficulty. I wonder if my internet's trying to act up. Actually, this will be the telling. Well, we lost her. It's fine. We have technical issues sometimes, so apologies, people, but it's get used to it. But no, continuing on without stopping the show. There's a few things that have happened in the media that we're going to be discussing. Moving on, we have some subjects, some topics, just to let you know. So, you expect to see some more stuff that we're going to talk about beyond the subject of these relationship questions that I pose to the general public. And honestly, if you guys really want to answer these, I would love to get your feedback because we are willing to read feedback. It doesn't have to be for this show. You know what I mean? I didn't put them out just to have it ready for this show. So the fact that I don't have any answers yet isn't a disappointment. But I actually put these questions up right before I left work. So then that was around 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if we're recording a couple of hours later, I don't expect people to respond that soon. That being said, I would like for you to go either take the questions from this podcast or just head over to my Twitter at Black BLAK _ Magus MAGUS on Twitter. Pull them up. My DMs are open, so you can send them there if you want to send them to Katina. If you prefer to do that, send them there. If you're a friend of Katina's, that way we can see what you guys say about these questions that we're going to answer. And welcome back.
Man, listen, people, if you call somebody and they hit ignore on your ass, do not hang up and call back. Don't do that. Don't do that. That irks my spirit. Okay. The other baby's name is Tiffany, is what I was saying before we got disconnected. Her name is Tiffany. And the reason that I remember that is because I know someone named Tiffany who was like, oh, I could have been a Trump. So, yeah.
Really? They actually said that? Like,
well, this was before all of this foolishness. But
just because your name's Tiffany, I mean, couldn't you pick somebody else? Couldn't you say I could have been the woman that was that the jewelry store was named after? Like, shit.
Right.
Something to be proud of. Be fucking saying you could have been a Trump is not a proud thing.
What I mean.
By the way, the other son is Eric. By the way, his sons just look so fucking creepy.
Yes, they do. Both of them do.
Yo, and like I'm glad, I'm happy for Barron because looking at his picture, he looks like he's like most male kids.
He's a kid.
Resembles his mom more.
Yes, he does.
So thank God for you, sir. You're gonna grow up looking like actually being a handsome young man because your mom's pretty.
I don't know about no.
Generally speaking,
no.
I will say generally speaking,
no.
It goes that way. I know who you're thinking about, Chelsea. Chelsea, you were unfortunate because your father's feature.
Hell no, kidding.
It doesn't translate for a female. But I feel like when the guys take their mother's features, it tends to work out better. Maybe that's just me.
Okay, well.
I mean, can you think of somebody who looks like their mom who's...
I'm going to keep my opinions to myself.
Okay, we'll have this discussion after. Because I feel like this is personal.
Yes, it is.
Okay, because I'm sorry. I look like my mom. So
I look like my dad.
Yeah, and that's usually how it works. Like most women look like their dad, and it works out better in that way. And most guys look like their mom, and it worked out better that way. At least from what I've seen.
And the crazy thing is this. So if you see a picture of me And then you said, picture my grandson. Everybody assumes that he's my son.
Yo, your genes are powerful as fuck. I told you that before. Is your daughters, all that, son? I don't know where your husband was when y'all were married, like, but his DNA is like absent.
You say that, but I'll have to shoot you a picture of him, and then you'll be like, okay, no, nephew looks just like that.
Oh no, and I'm sure because it's like that. Like first glance, I look like my mom, but you show somebody a picture of my father, and you can see like the features, especially the cheeks. My cheeks like is all my father's side of the family.
Well, I look, and here's the crazy thing. So I look like my dad and my uncle. So they're from a small town. So it's kind of like siblings date siblings.
Ew.
And not their own siblings, other siblings.
All right, because I was just like, ew.
No, but like my mom and my uncle dated my dad and my dad's sister or my aunt. And they've since broken up. But one day I went to see my uncle, and it was so funny because he said that when he saw me walk past the window, he thought I was my aunt. And when I walked in the front door, he thought I was my aunt at first. He said, and then he realized that it was me. So I look like my dad's side, which everybody looks like my grandfather. So my dad looks like his dad. I look like my dad. And then the kids look like me. And it's funny because me and the girls, I don't see why people think that we look like twins or triplets, but people tend to think that. So, but yeah. So, but you were telling them to send questions, comments.
No, I was just saying if they want to comment on the questions, just go to Twitter.
Oh, cool.
Tagged you. I gave them my Twitter and let them know I am Katina J. So you can answer them there. If you don't want to answer them with me and you know Katina, answer them through her.
You know what? And you've been letting me put the wrong Twitter name on my lower third.
Honestly, I didn't pay attention.
I didn't either. I was like,
but you don't have it up now, so it don't matter. But it's already in the like description of each video, and I always put a little note at the end of every podcast when I upload it with all of our Twitter or real Twitter names, so they know if you've been watching the show like religiously and you got to the end and you haven't seen that or you haven't looked at the description, something wrong with you. Okay. And she said it, and you've said it, and I've said it numerous times, and I've tweeted it in the news. So yeah, if y'all know by now,
right,
can't blame your lower third because we've given you all the information as much as possible.
Right,
we'll continue to. So yeah.
So
totally
these
fine.
questions are very interesting. Where did you get them from, or are they?
They came out of my head.
Okay, cool. Okay, because I believe in giving credit where credit is due.
No, they seriously. It was just stuff that I was like, I think way too much. So.
So, the first question is, what do you think would work if someone wanted to move out of the friend zone, or do you think it's hopeless? And Mr. Mike, you shall go first. Go.
Okay, so this is a question I don't really have an answer to because as someone who tends to be in the friend zone a lot, and hold on one second because I just told a lie to somebody. I told Cardiac I'd be ready by 9, and I wasn't. Okay, I responded to him because I lied to this man. Sorry, Cardiac. Anyway, It's hard for me to answer because I'm always being friend zoned. So, or at least I feel like I'm always being friend zoned, I should say. Um, because I am way too awkward when it comes to women. So I mean, and it's funny because one example I always think back to is it was this one particular girl that I knew. I met her online. Used to talk, have conversations with her all the time. She actually lived not too far from me. Actually, literally, I probably could have walked to her house, but I never met her and never thought to try anything with her because me being me, I'm just like really, really shy and really, really like low self esteem when it comes to women. That's just how I've always been. I've been told numerous times I need to get over that. I can't get over it, even at the age of 42. I don't know why. That being said, ran into her eventually years later, talked to her, and she was bisexual. I knew she was bisexual at the time. So she ended up getting married to another woman. She actually had her wife's eggs implanted into her so she could carry the baby to term.
Mm-hmm.
Weird fact about this, you know where the semen came from that impregnated the egg?
Where?
Her wife's brother
Which makes sense, so that the baby would be
had her
related.
DNA, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, ew, that's kind of creepy, but okay, whatever. It was weird to me at the time, but as I
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
because it makes it relative.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're catching up, having this conversation, and she drops on me, yo, I really had a thing for you, but I didn't think you were interested, which kind of crushed me because it's like, yeah, I was interested, but I didn't think you were interested because I'm a fucking idiot when it comes to women. I always have been. I always put myself in the worst positions when it comes to women. If you want to hear stories, I'm gonna have to reprise those videos that I told you the other day that I deleted so people can see how much of an idiot I am. Because I end up in such awkward situations with women. I disgust myself looking back. Anyway, so somebody like me probably doesn't think that you can get out of the friend zone. Although I'm sure
Well,
there's dudes out there who have, or people out there who have somehow. Like I'm sure the what's the name of the movie with Sanaa Lathan and Tay Diggs, where they like best friends, they end up in being together.
oh, oh,
Man.
is it Best Man?
No, it's not
No,
Best Man.
I don't know.
Now I gotta Google this. We're gonna be googling a lot of stuff, people. It's him, Sanaa Lathan. Oh gosh, Brown Sugar. That's what it is. That's the one.
Mm.
Yeah, because they grew up together and they were best friends. They
Oh, right.
all and like he was dating other people, she was dating other people, and then somehow they got from being best friends, like brother, sister, whatever they called themselves, and ended up with each other. So no, I think that friend thing, like I think that was a cute story. I think that gives hope to people who want to be out of the friend zones. But do I believe that that's happening? Probably not. 9 times out of 10, probably not going to happen.
Mm.
That's just me. I've had situations where I wish it weren't true, but then again, I have a low self esteem, so I'm not the perfect measuring stick for that shit. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that there is no friend zone. Um, I'm a firm. My thing is this: there are some people that we genuinely consider friends, but as far as a true friend zone, I don't believe in that. I do think that like you become so close that your bond transcends the relationship realm, and so you don't want to risk that, or you can't see yourself risking that. So I do get that. But I think that yes, you can definitely get out of the friend zone. Yep, I sure do. And I think that men will say this, and I completely agree. I think it is easier for a woman to transition out of the so-called friend zone than it is for a man.
Oh, hell yeah. That's
And
so
so,
because sorry guys for exposing, well, as they say in wrestling, exposing the business. But and it's funny because I heard them talk about this on the podcast, and they were like, this guy said that he doesn't think it was true, and then when they finally, like, the other two guys on the podcast asked him questions about certain women that he knew that he was lying when he said this. But most guys, at the least, would like to sleep with and not be with a lot of their female friends,
I can
because
believe that.
it's just something that I don't know. Maybe it's just a guy thing, but a lot. I could say from my perspective, there are a lot of women in my life that I am mostly friends with because I didn't think I had a chance with. And it just
But you know
so
what?
happened to be that we
That
got
happens
along.
with women too, though, Mike. Like Scorpius, that happens with us too. We're not always confident that we're going to get the guy. Like, I know that there are times, I've called you with my nervous ramblings, but that's not always true. Women don't always know. And this is the crazy thing. I cannot stand for somebody to say, of course you're gonna get him. You're beautiful. Hell, he may not think I'm beautiful. He may think I'm weird. I may be beautiful to him, but I may be weird. And then on top of that, I may be too weird. So then if I'm too weird, then does that mean that I'm too weird that he doesn't think that I'm worth it? And damn, if I'm not worth it, then what does that say about, like, we talk ourselves out of things, situations, relationship, happiness too. So don't think that it's just men.
No, I know. I'm just speaking from my perspective because I'm a fan of talking myself out of potential situations. I don't know why. Always that. Yeah, I do that way too much. Yet I also am seemingly a fan of talking myself into the worst situations. Because it seems like anytime I try with the dumbest ways. So I'm an idiot.
I think we all can say that.
Nah, I can say that with like much affirmation. I'm a fucking idiot. Which, just quick aside, you've heard about the Donald Glover quote unquote controversy, right?
What's the controversy?
You didn't hear that? So of course everybody loves the "This Is America" video, right?
Mm-hmm.
But woke people want to cancel him now because
he's married to a white girl.
Yeah, and the question came up in the interview when they were talking to him about "This Is America," and he made a comment about, well, it's not like he never has tried to date black women or anything. It's just that he seemed to not have been able to find a black woman who appreciates him for his quirky, nerdish ways. And he just so happened to have found a woman that's not black who appreciates him for who he is. And that's why he's with her. And of course, the woke people are mad and they want to like say, well, fuck This Is America and fuck Donald Glover because clearly he's not a real black man and all that. And it's been like, it's funny. I've been reading a bunch of like different articles, like especially on The Root, where they dismiss him because they think he's an idiot for trying to claim he's a black nerd. saying that, well, you didn't try to date black nerd. Maybe if you would have tried to date a black nerd, you'd have been better off, and all types of dumb shit like that. And talk about it's just high school insecurities that makes them think that, and all types of.
Well, to that, I'll say this, that it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, and I guess in their minds, you can't be woke and be married to someone of a different race. I know a few woke white people that are just as down for our culture, just as concerned about our plights as we are. And I don't subscribe to the whole, you don't know what I'm going through because you've never been through it. Okay. So what you're saying is that as a black person, I can't appreciate white privilege. So I can't appreciate it. So therefore, I can't say that what I see is wrong or right. Or, nah. That's like saying that because you're a man, you can't sympathize or empathize with women's rights. I don't believe that. And I know that people want to say, well, he should have just dated more black women, or he should have just this, or he should have just that. People, it's all about where he was raised, the proximity. It's your surroundings. It's like saying, which I've told my son, man, you never bring home a little black girl. Where they at? And my son's response when he was in the 10th grade was, Mom, if I'm going to date a black girl, I want her to be like you. And at first it was like, oh, but then he continued on and said, because the girls at school, they're loud, they're crazy, they're obnoxious, they tell everybody's business, they talk too much, and they're nasty. How can I tell my baby, well, go out there and get one any damn way, just for the sake of having a black girl? No.
Yeah, and they kept going on like, well, maybe if black nerd guys would try to go after black nerd girls. I don't want to go into this too deep. This is probably going to be the subject of like a blog, but as I was telling, what's his name? It was being Cardiac was saying, it was like, well, a lot of us, quote unquote, black nerd guys would go after black nerd girls if we could find them, because it's hard to find somebody who's into the geek shit that we're into. Like, I don't know.
Wait a minute now. Hold on.
No. Seriously, I could say that growing up, like at least I could speak for like me being my age. I know damn well that I cannot recall. And it's funny because I follow a lot of people that I know in high school. I can't think of not one of them or one person that I've ran into in high school that were into comic books, video games, fucking like, stuff like that. Like stuff that, I use as defining like quote unquote black nerd. I don't think intelligence is the definition of being a nerd. I don't think that's been the definition for a while, but into the really like weird, like stuff like that people think is weird, I would say. I can't think of not one girl that I know that I could have a conversation with growing up or as an adult. So the relatability factor, yeah, nah. I think it's more prevalent now than it was before. You do find more women that are more open about it. But if they existed when I was in high school, fuck, they were good. Like they were good as shit at hiding that thing. And I think that's another problem with the whole black nerd thing is even with us guys, we kind of wanted to hide it because it was kind of a bad thing to be. Growing up, when you're a kid, it's a bad thing to be the nerd because you're not so.
That is very true.
You know what I mean? So you try to hide it and be the cool person.
And that's the same for the female nerds too, though. I mean, I will say this. I will give you this. It is so much easier for me as a nerd to go about my day than it is for a male nerd in school back then to go about his day.
Yeah.
So,
and I totally agree, because that's one of the things I brought up to Cardiac, because it's like, if she was a nerd, she wasn't going to say anything. Like, just because she's smart didn't necessarily make her a nerd, because she wasn't trying to pursue the nerd crowd anyway.
mm-hmm.
And so it's a different thing. That's why I found that, like, whole thing with people trying to come down on Donald Glover for that, because it is, as a male nerd, like, it's not just being, like, a lot of people try to say it's just you wrestling on insecurities from high school. It's like, no, it's not insecurities. I've had plenty of women tell me, and this is a part of the whole Friendzone thing, is I've had females who I've eventually ended up just being friends with tell me that they think that all that shit that I'm into is just stupid. I've had one woman tell me what I'm doing with you right now, doing the podcast, is a waste of time.
Well, tell her to mind her damn business.
Yeah, because
I'll tell her, hey, you mind your damn business. Your YOUR, mind your YOUR business, not BUSINESS, but your BIZNESS, heifer. Oh, hateful wench.
Why am I always opening my mouth? I shouldn't be drinking one for this, because I open
now. It's a waste of time. Okay, because you don't enjoy it, and because you don't. You know what? Okay, let's do a sidebar real quick.
Part of the problem.
Let's do a sidebar really, really quick. Because you don't enjoy something does not mean that it is not of value to someone else. I can tell you right now, I write poetry. Mike, you've seen some of my poetry. I don't let anybody or just anybody read it. You have to mean something to me, and I have to know that I mean something to you to open up that part. It's worthless to the next person, but it's something that I enjoy. That's just like saying, okay, you don't like makeup, so you say that makeup is pointless. Why don't you get somewhere and sit down? Those of us that do enjoy it, let us enjoy it. We're not saying it when you sit your ass down at a buffet, because your ass is thickums, fatums, bigums. It's pointless for you to eat because your body can feed off the fat. Or it's pointless for you to even comment on it, because guess what? Your voice holds no weight and you have no power here. So I don't understand when people do that. Don't down, dog, degrade, or try to negate somebody else. And you know what? The sad thing is parents do it too. Don't project your fears and your failures onto someone else. It's not worth it. And I have to catch myself, because when my daughter says, well, Mom, I want to do such and such, and then I'm like, girl, I got to catch myself. Because it's that I'm concerned, because I want her to do well. I want her to succeed. But for you to just, or anyone to say that X, Y, or Z is just pointless, girl, bye. I'm going to send you a damn thank you card. Deliver it to her, Mike.
Well, for one, to be specific, it's a waste of time. So, same thing. But, but number two, that's one thing, like when I was having my conversation with Cardiac last night about this, after I was reading the articles that people were writing, like trying to flame Donald Glover for his failures, it's like, part of it is, it's not necessarily that you're necessarily looking for someone who is the same as you. Because let's be honest, we're not always attracted to who we are.
I want someone that compliments me.
Yeah.
To deal with someone that is the same as me, oh, baby, what is you doing?
But it's not just that. It's just like, the most important part of this, at the end of the day, I don't necessarily, like for me or like for most people, I think it's not necessarily you being the same as someone, but being with somebody who accepts you for who you are and you accept them for who they are. And that's part of the problem, is that, people don't realize that, like, you just want that person to accept you. It'd be like, you know what, I love who you are, just like you love who they are.
Right.
But a lot of people don't seem to get that. And I feel like it's like, no, it's not as simple, again, as going after a black nerd girl. Because, again, who's to say that that black nerd girl is like wants you? You're what she wants. You ever thought about the fact that maybe she wants something different?
Well, I'll say this, and I am speaking as a black nerd girl, as you call me, even though I'm not.
You're not a nerd. I never call you. I call you a nerd, but I'd say that in jest.
I know. But as a black nerd girl, I would tell anybody, I don't want someone that does the exact same. I mean, I want us to have some things in common, but I don't want a programmer. I mean, I want to be able to come to you and tell you, and you sound interested, but I don't want you waking me up at 9 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning talking about, let's finish this program. That's hurtful. We don't want someone that is the same as we want. I keep coming back to that song, the smart girl want a thug. What song is that? I want to say it's Wale.
Yeah, Wale said that. I know what song you're talking about. Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I can't think of. Yes, that is it. So, the college girl want a thug. I mean, and that's just what. It's like opposites attract. So, I don't feel like he should be with a black woman. I know it looks good for aesthetics. When you're talking about the culture and being woke and rally for the people. But the thing is, would you want him to be with, say, a Shaniqua that she don't know what woke is. She worried about where to get her next bundles so she can get her hair done, her nails laid, so that we can go bop and like, come on, people. To me, saying that is just as bad as a white person saying that the races should not mix. I'm sorry. That's what I think of when I hear it. That the races should not mix. That's not fair.
Yeah, no,
it's not fair and it's not right. And we don't even have to lay next to this woman at night. He does. Let him lay next to who he wants to lay next to. Because I guarantee you that these same women that are saying this would have walked past his ass yesterday.
Yeah, no, I think part of it is that, like, because he is now because of his video being looked at this like icon, just like with Jordan Peele. A lot of people, although I don't know, a lot of people realize this about Jordan Peele and Get Out. It's like, yeah, y'all celebrating this brother and all that, but let y'all find out that one, he's half white, and two, he's married to a white woman. When are y'all gonna, like, as they like to say, cancel him? Because it's like, yeah, this dude like put out like a movie that you could relate to, but he's not with the.
He's one of the fucking others, people.
Yeah,
he's with one of the others.
Yeah, so it's like,
kill me with that.
But yet you try to dismiss him because of that. No, you can't dismiss him. You can't dismiss Donald Glover. You can't dismiss anybody, because at the end of the day, love is about happiness. If this person is making this person happy, who the fuck are you to tell him that he can't be happy? I'm sorry. Like worried about who it's such and such is fucking, or is sleeping with, or is married to, should be inconsequential to you. The fact that you care that much is kind of sad. Care to the fact where you want to dismiss their like blackness and all that. Something's wrong with you. And that's why I hate the woke crowd. I think woke people are fucking ridiculous. They need to shut the fuck up and go somewhere. You know, I understand where the term comes from, and I get the reason it exists, but like most things these days, people take that shit way too far and take it into a place where it doesn't need to be. Being woke doesn't mean that you gotta adhere to certain rules of blackness or whatever, or certain culture rules that's around. No, it just means that you fucking know, you understand what's right and what's wrong, and you have empathy. No, it doesn't mean that you adhere to a set rule to be woke. Because some of y'all woke people are brain dead. I'm sorry. Anyway, sorry. Next question.
No. Okay. Well, let me bring them back.
Let me move on because if we can be on here forever.
Right. She didn't piss me off though. Talking about. Okay, number 2.
See, this is why I shouldn't say these things. I talk to you about everything, even online, and I shouldn't do it because it got me in trouble once. He's gonna get me in trouble again.
Oh, hell no, Kellen. Okay, number 2. Is it possible to maintain a friendship with someone you are currently in love with? You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I mean, mine is simple. Sure.
Mine is no.
I'm gonna say sure because again, I'm a coward. So
no, I'm gonna say no. And why? And you say sure? Why? Because you don't want to end the friendship, or
because I say I'm a coward, but part of it is I feel like that would be wrong. I'm like the quintessential too nice guy, I guess I could say. So part of my mentality is, in some cases, I shouldn't not be nice to her or be friendly to her because she don't want to be bothering me in a romantic sense. So again, this goes to the part where I said earlier how I make stupid decisions. I'm
like, well, what I'm gonna say is this. I say no, and the reason that I say no is because for me to be your friend and to be your true friend, I have to celebrate your wins. I have to be there for you for your losses. And that means in all aspects and areas of your life, including your love life. And if I am in love with you and you are genuinely happy and over the moon because you've met this young lady and she has brought out the best version of yourself that you've experienced so far, it's going to be hard for me to be happy for you when I am in love with you. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense.
So yeah. So I would distance myself and I could not remain someone's friend when I am in love with them. The best thing for me, I'm not saying that people can't do it, but I'm just saying that the best thing for me is for me to remove myself from the situation, kind of back away from the relationship, which is a friendship, and just allow you to do you until I reconcile my feelings. And then maybe I'll be able to come back around and be the friend that you deserve me to be. Because it is unfair to you. It is unfair to me for me to be in love with you and be your friend. Because I'm not going to really be happy for you. Like I'm not, because I want to be her. And I can't be happy for you and want to be her at the same time. Like that struggle is going to be a true struggle within myself, and I'm not going to like it. So no, I couldn't do it. So kudos to you and hats off to you, because
to be quite honest though, I can tell you that there's been a couple of times where I say I was that, but if looking back, I kind of end up not like being around because I think eventually it's like, yeah.
It's hard to be, it is, first of all, that's why I tell people that when you break up with someone, you need that time away from them. Don't break up tonight and then in the morning you want to meet for coffee, because that's what we've always done and we're doing this friendship thing. There is no separation. It's like a muddy path. So yeah, to be a real friend means to celebrate your wins, to support you in your losses, and to be genuinely, authentically happy. And I know that I could not be that. It's kind of like, remember that song by Monica, Why Her? I think that was Monica. Why Her? And then what's that girl's name? And I love her. Lil Mo. Lil Mo has a song and it's called Lucky Her. Is that the name of the song? Hold on. Because you know I'm big into music and I listen to lyrics, not just the beat, but
yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't listen to most of these artists these days, because they suck. I don't want to hear what y'all saying.
Okay, hold on. Yep, it's called Lucky Her. Wait a minute. I'm trying to see. Okay. Yep, it's called Lucky Her by Lil Mo. That one, and then Monica's Why Her. Yep. Those two songs, Why Her and Lucky Her. Listen. So no, I could not be your friend. And the crazy thing is, my silly ass, I'm gonna tell you that I can't be your friend. So don't even ask me.
That's crazy. At least you're honest. I mean,
just
yeah,
let me circle back around, you know?
No, I've put myself in positions like I just don't know. I just don't want to seem like the bitter person, or maybe I just don't want to.
But it's not about,
I don't know.
It's not about being bitter when it is about self-care. And that's something that we've got to learn to do more of and to do it better. And that's take care of self. Because if it were me coming to you and I'm telling you how I feel, and then I say, but he doesn't want me, Mike. He wants her. What are you going to tell me? Fuck him. You don't need him. Stop being his friend. Don't talk to him. So why can't we take our own advice?
Better yet, why can't people take my advice, if you know what I'm saying?
Shut up. Wait a minute. Who did you tell me? Oh. Never mind.
Anyway.
Never mind. I don't even talk to him that much anymore. Whatever. But I'm just saying, you know, but we're not going to go into that one, but we're not going to that because that wasn't the same thing. It's not like we dated and then he said, let's just be friends. And I've had that happen before. I mean, I think that pretty much maybe everybody has, if they dated any length of time. They were dating and then boom, I don't want to date you anymore, but we can still be friends. And to me, that is the dumbest thing you could ever say. I don't want you anymore, but we can still be friends. So I'm good enough to be your friend, but I'm not good enough to date. How do you reconcile that without being angry, bitter, depressed, and having negative feelings? You have to process that, and you cannot process that with that person around. So no, that's my answer. No, final answer.
Okay.
All right. That's a lie. If you are somehow about able to maintain a friendship with someone you're in love with, would you be willing to risk that by attempting to turn it into more? You know my answer to that one, so you go.
Oh, I guess the answer would be yes. No. What was it again?
If you are somehow able to maintain a friendship
I mean,
with
your answer.
someone
What was
you're
your
in love
answer
with.
again?
Oh, my answer? Hell no, Karen.
So you wouldn't risk it.
Man, no. That's putting raisins in the potato salad. No. No. Mm-mm. No. No. Mm-mm.
I like
No.
that. Raisins in the potato salad. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, but I agree. Like, it's kind of like at that point, you kind of don't want to fuck it up because then you lose everything.
And that is the same thing with a friendship. Do you have to weigh it? And how many times? Yes, it's worked out before. It can work out. But what if it doesn't? Now I've lost not one people, I've lost two people. I've lost my friend and I've lost my lover. That's like a 2-for-1.
Well, no, this is when I asked the question. It wasn't about somebody that you have actually ever been with. It's just that,
I know that, but what I'm saying is, to me, it's the same dynamic. It's like it's not worth the risk. I mean, I understood the question. I'm just saying that to me, that's like saying, would you risk dating your friend? Yeah, I don't know. That's hard. That's scary. Because now you're going to lose Bay, and then you're going to lose the person that you would vent to about losing Bay, all in one false swoop. Ooh, this is a good one. I like this next one. You ready for the next one? Wait a minute. What's your answer to that one?
to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I say no, but I also don't discourage anybody because if you want to, you can shoot your shot. I mean, but just know what you're risking.
Boy. Yeah, I'm a firm believer. I give my advice on certain things, and certain things I just look at you and smile. So
I mean, no, but I can understand why you would want to because you may think that's
yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it.
And again, I'm a bitch, so who am I?
Whatever.
Huh?
Whatever. Okay, the next one. Do you still maintain friendships with former lovers? And if so, how close are they to you? Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, who do you want to go first?
You.
Oh, the answer would be yes.
Idiot.
Second part depends. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
I'm going to say yes. And as far as how close they are, they aren't. They aren't. They know just about as much about my current personal, close thoughts, movements as my friends on Facebook. So it's not
Yeah,
close
and then
at
when
all.
you said that, I kind of take it back because I had to think about it. It's like I consider them close friends only in the sense that I care about them, but then I tend to like care about people.
Mm-hmm.
They probably care about me, anyway. So, but yeah, they don't know everything about me. So yeah, it's not like we sit and have discussions. I would say there may be one. But
Okay.
for the most part, yeah. Like, I could literally think of one person that I've actually had a sexual relationship with that knows how I feel about damn near everything.
And this number 5 is a doozy.
What was number 5? I forget what I asked. Shit.
Oh my gosh. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Would you or do you tell your current mate about having a sexual relationship with someone who is a close friend? Would you like me to answer first or you got it first?
It doesn't matter.
Hell no, Karen. What? Hell no. No.
Yeah, and I gotta say no only because I'm not stupid.
Hell no to the no.
Even though I don't think that I do partially think that you should be able to at least be honest. I'm not dumb.
Be
Not
honest, but not crazy now. Shit.
yeah,
Come
because
on
not
now.
everybody can handle that shit.
Can you imagine? Or maybe you can't. But just say you and somebody slept together. You guys were never together. You just were intimate a time or two. It wasn't anything on the regular. It wasn't anything like that. And you're friends because you both felt like that wasn't the thing to do, that y'all were better off as friends. So you're friends, and then you tell your significant other about it, and instantly, well, then you must have cared something about so and so. You slept with so and so. And you're like, no, it wasn't like that. Well, what do you mean it wasn't like that? Well, I mean, we just slept together. Ah, so you just out here hoeing, huh? Like, it could lead to all kinds of problems.
Yeah, the conversation is the problem. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to have
Yes.
certain conversations because it could. It's not necessarily that you would be out there hoeing, but of course, people would be assuming that. And again, I only can speak from my perspective because my perspective is very awkward and weird, and just I don't know. Like being a very awkward person, I end up in the weirdest situations and weirdest relationships with people. So, uh, but maybe it's not awkward. Maybe it's just like subconsciously upset. But I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't feel like you should tell someone. And I actually asked somebody about this before, and they were like, "Boy, if you tell them about that, you stupid." And this is
Dumb as
somebody who I
hell.
slept with who said that, like, you dumb if you mention that shit. So, yeah. Because I don't know. It's funny. I don't actually. I have been presented with that situation where a woman has made me meet someone who they slept with. Can't remember. How did I feel about that? I have to feel like I didn't like say anything. I don't know. That's a good question. I had to remember this situation.
Man, listen.
Because my thing is, a lot of times it's like somebody else has seen you naked. Somebody else has been with you.
Okay.
So for me to get upset isn't like it's like unless you've told me and I believe that you're a virgin, I go on the assumption that yeah, somebody around you has fucked you. Um, that being said, I don't know. I can't remember if I've ever been presented with a situation. Have you ever been presented with a situation like that?
Right, what?
Where somebody you dated had introduced you to a friend and somehow you found out that they slept with that friend?
Mm, Wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was your reaction?
Well, I kind of already figured it just from the way that she was acting. Not him, but her. She gave it away.
Yeah. So he didn't say anything. He just
Nope. Nope. So, but I will say this. I do have two friends that I have slept with. And I've met their significant others. And they don't know. But, I mean, we're not besties, so I ain't concerned. What? I'm for real. So, So, yeah.
All right. Now here's a weird side question. Would you feel comfortable having discussions about your relationship or people you're interested in with people you've had sex with?
I've done that. I've done that.
And how do they react to that situation?
Depends on who it was. Depends on who it was. Like, one guy was like, "Why are you telling me this?" So, but one guy was like, no, like he gives good advice, and he's always like, "Well, well, what about this, or what about blah blah blah?" And so I'm like, "Okay, yeah." So it really just depends.
It's funny because now that I think of it, it's at least two people I know I can have that conversation with.
At least two.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I know. Again, I'm a weird guy, and I have weird interactions with people. Period. So.
Well, I will just say this, that it is a crazy conversation to have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can see that. But I'm crazy. So.
Okay, I'm finna send you this because Smokey Robinson clowning.
What's that?
Okay, you know what? This is like watching your parents do stuff. I'm finna send you this foolishness. And this was in Texas. Damn, Smokey. He probably doesn't look the way he looks in his mind's eye. That's probably what that was. Okay, so I'm going to say this. My concern would not be, yes, it would be, because I'd be scared that the spouse or whoever's going to kill me or try to fight or flip out or whatever. So, yeah. I wouldn't tell him, but, I mean, I don't know. Can you imagine thinking that you can have that conversation with somebody? Like, hey, so I'm really feeling such and such. And then they've developed feelings for you again. What do you do? Well, hell, you don't do nothing because you say you a little wimp. What are you laughing at?
I'm mad she called me on it. Thank you. Appreciate that. I've had that conversation. That's the funny part.
Oh, okay. Okay, but what do you do if they start flipping out on you though? Like they haven't flipped out on you, so
Yeah, I've been
what do
lucky
you
enough
do?
not to be flipped out on, I guess.
Right. See, that's my concern. Because these folks out here be tripping.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess it's because I know who to have that conversation with.
That is very true. It's all
Who I
about
can't.
knowing who it is.
I know who I can't have that conversation with. 'Cause I wouldn't have that conversation with just anybody.
Right. I can understand that. Because I damn sure wouldn't have a conversation with just anybody. It would have to like legit be I don't know, the person that I would have it, I don't know. It and then again, it also depends on how things ended between you and that person. Sometimes that determines whether or not you can have that conversation with them. So
Yeah.
well, I'm best friends with all of my exes. No, not. Can't even tell that lie. Yeah. Very interesting questions, Mike. I like them though.
I mean,
Very good.
that's how my mind works, I guess. I don't know.
Mm.
And it's funny because a lot of these is probably some things that I probably had discussions with other people about.
Mm.
So if some of my friends are watching, y'all probably shaking your head like, really?
Well, not the one girl that said that it's a waste of time.
Yeah, she's not gonna watch it.
Clearly, because it's a waste of her time to watch.
Yeah, I guess.
Go on and miss out on this good conversation.
Yes.
So if
It's
anybody
fine.
would like to date Mike, break up with him, and then become his best friend, DM him.
Yeah, most people don't want to date me anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's a whole nother podcast. But anyway.
Oh, whatever. Shit. Now, I hate when people act like don't nobody want them.
No, I'm just saying out of the pool of people that I would probably talk about.
You never know, though. Just like that girl, she told you she didn't think you wanted her. It's all about being open and receptive.
Wow. Again, that's a whole nother podcast. That would take an hour. The psychotherapy on me would take way longer than an hour.
Great. And coming up tomorrow on His Point, Her View.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Are we not going to discuss me? Sure, we're not, because I'm not.
We might.
Don't we have other things to discuss?
A lot.
Such as?
The This Is Us video.
Yeah, exactly. Not me. I'm last on the list.
First up.
No, I don't think so.
Whatever.
Don't let my psychosis be the topic because that's a horrible subject.
Whatever. But okay. So, you got any closing words for the good people?
Don't tell women that you're dating that the women you know you've slept with. And vice versa for you. ladies, to the men, especially to us men, because we get real childish. Most of us do. I wouldn't, but I'm not the normal man. Anyway, be careful if you're trying to shoot your shot with a friend, because you better be ready to sacrifice something if you do. And I don't know. That's it, I guess. Any parting words from you?
Relationships are hard, and you may agree with some of our answers, disagree, or maybe somewhere in between. The beauty of it is that it's yours. So, yeah.
For some reason, your tone is bothering me right now. But anyway,
Why?
I don't know, but it's some reason it's bothering me. I feel like there's going to be a question coming after I close this out. So, let me hurry up and get to the point where I have to be bothered with that.
I'm finna go to bed. It's 9:35.
Yeah, that's right. You're an old woman now. So.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Appreciate it, as always.
The ramblings.
Yeah, definitely ramble. Oh, don't worry. We'll be back to ramble because there's a lot of shit we got to ramble about.
Oh,
Including
hell
like
no.
white people calling on black people.
Man, what?
This is America, and plenty other crazy topics that have gone on. So, with that, we bid you adieu. Hope you guys enjoyed again, and we'll see you next time on His Point of View. Have a good one. Peace.
Yay.